Rashmi Nair in the big chair with you here. And we have a great conversation coming up with the executive director of CEE Center for Young Black Professionals. This is a Toronto nonprofit that provides free career skills training and support for Black youth. Young Black people face nearly double the national unemployment rate. Even with the high levels of education, skill, and determination, it seems like there is a hiring bias problem in this country, and this Toronto nonprofit wants to tackle it. Joining us now is the executive director of the CEE Center for Young Black Professionals, Agapi Kasesa, joins us live on The Rush. Welcome to the program, Agapi.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you making time. How would you paint the picture here of what a young Black professional would be up against when looking for a job?
I think the issue is this country has a labor gap issue. There's a lot of industries where they need people, and those jobs are going to be filled by either young people in this country or immigration. And we can't do any of those things fast enough. And so our young people are a untapped resource for this country to be able to fill in these gaps. And they don't seem to be getting the opportunities that the country desperately needs, and they need as well.
Mm-hmm. So the Careers Education Empowerment Center for Young Black Professionals, this is a Toronto nonprofit. Can you tell us more about the work that you do?
Yeah, of course. So we're a registered charity. We focus on workforce development specifically for Black youth. So we look at where there are labor gaps in the Canadian market, and we partner with government as well as corporate Canada to create meaningful career opportunities. So they train through our programs and are placed into careers. And we also support them with wraparound supports, which means we have full-time psychotherapists, social workers on staff to really work with a young person holistically to ensure that they're successful as they enter into the workforce.
Oh, this is great. And so you've launched a new brand platform to help tackle this unemployment rate among young Black people in Canada. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, the campaign is called Black Youth Can. We partnered with Publicis Group, who has worked with us over the last 2 years to bring this campaign to life. And it's really just a reclaiming of the hoodie. A lot of the times our young Black folks are seen in hoodies and maybe portrayed differently than who they are. And so we created this campaign where 10 or 9 of our alumni are proudly posted across the city wearing their Who I Really Am hoodies, which is a resume written on their hoodies that really showcases all of their achievements, what they've been able to do, what brought them to this place, and the brilliance of who they are. And really just defying like who they actually are not is not who most people are perceiving them to be. But they're talented, they're brilliant, they have a lot to offer the economy, and really their declaration to the world that Black youth can make a difference and can reach the goals that they would like to see.
I love this, Agapi. I'm looking at your website right now, and I'm seeing one of the hoodies. Entrepreneur, lover of the grind. Future
Yes.
accounting pro, lover of numbers. And the hoodie. Is it time now in 2023 to get rid of the stigma around the hoodie?
Yes, we're reclaiming the hoodie. Matter of fact, the Trevor Noah is really who inspired the creative team around this. We've sent Trevor Noah a hoodie, so fingers crossed. Everyone tag him, share the campaign. We're hoping to see him wear it.
That is awesome. Trevor Noah, the host of The Daily Show. When COVID-19 hit, everyone had to get creative. He hosted his show from home. He grew out his hair, and he wore hoodies every day.
Yes, we love it.
But the stigma around the hoodie is real, too. I remember when England was talking about CCTV cameras, and they wanted to make sure people kept their hoods down because there are cameras everywhere. Tackling that stigma is huge. But in this conversation, is it empowering the person who's applying for a job as much as the employer?
Completely. I think that when we're talking about careers in this day and age, we're talking about a two-way street. The young people are offering just as much as an employer is, just as much as you're going to interview, and our young people want to start their careers. They want employment. At the same time, they also are interviewing that employer. Is this where I want to be? Do I see myself here? Is this an inclusive workplace? Am I going to be able to grow? These are all questions that we're empowering our young people to ask. It's not just take whatever's in front of you and we should all be happy, because that is the conversation that is being had with our young people in our community, is that be happy with whatever's put in front of you, because, statistics tell us that otherwise you'd be doing nothing. And we want to empower our young people to strive higher, to think about where they see themselves. If it fits them, is that what you want to do? Are you passionate about that? We want them to think beyond what's in front of them.
And beyond what's described in the job description, right? We're reaching that point in the work environment as well, that you can bring your lived experience and really be who you are.
Completely. I think people underestimate lived experience. We always talk about theory and practice, and our young people are walking practice. There's a lot that our young people can bring to the table out of just innovation, brilliance, just figuring things out. We're in a different age now where education, it does not speak to everything. And what's on someone's resume, it doesn't always speak to who they are holistically as a person. And people can bring their lived experience, their talents, to the workplace, so that it can benefit the employer and the people that you're working with. Because every time you enter into a workplace, you're not just affecting the work that you're doing, but also the atmosphere that you're creating as a coworker.
Yeah. It has been quite a few years here in that, even as a journalist, Agapi, I have learned about anti-Black racism on the global stage and the impacts that it has, micro and macro. And so there's been time for us, especially with diversity, equity, inclusion, and all of that, to be able to reflect. And so I wonder, with the work that you do as the executive director of the Careers Education Empowerment Center for Young Black Professionals, how would you describe young Black professionals among our community these days? Are they feeling empowered? How can we help them feel their best?
I think that they are feeling empowered because they are able to see the brilliance that they are. There's so much access to information. There's so much opportunities for people to showcase and find community nowadays. I think that they're realizing that. And for me, the message to employers is take advantage of what our community has to offer. There's talented folks who are adaptable, who are willing to learn, trying to find innovative ways and ideas to bring to an organization. And I think it would be a missed opportunity not to take advantage of a very empowered group, because they know how brilliant they are. They're looking for opportunities to be open. And in some cases, you don't want young people to be turned off and think, okay, well, I don't see myself. And you're not able to reap the benefits of their talents and their abilities. The country really needs to wake up and see that we collectively, when Black youth are thriving, we collectively as a country are thriving. When those of us who are represented in all the wrong places are starting to be represented in all of the right places, we all thrive. It's something that allows them to contribute to the economy. It contributes to our social contract, and allows for the more Canadians that are empowered, the more we grow as a nation. And I think that's an important message that needs to come across to employers and to us as a society at large.
Absolutely. Thank you for getting that message on The Rush, Agapi. Wishing you all the best with all of the incredible work you do.
Thank you so much for having me.
Agapi Gasesa is the executive director of the Careers Education Empowerment Center for Young Black Professionals, a Toronto nonprofit with a campaign. Check it out. Black Youth Can. I hope we see Trevor Noah in one of these hoodies. It's blackyouthcan.ca. It's The Rush, Newstalk 1010 Toronto. Thanks for